Welcome, everybody. Hello. Sorry, I'm running a little late. I was on YouTube, I was on TikTok doing the live there. And here we are on YouTube. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. And welcome all of my viewers here who have been following me and subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. And if you are new to my lives, to my channel, I want to thank you for being here. And for those who don't know who I am, my name is Dulcinea Nadek. You can call me Dulce. I am an animal communicator. I've been talking with animals for a little over now 10 years. And I'm also an author of Why Your Animal is in Your Life. This is my book. It's on Amazon. The link for that is also below this video. Really powerful. I'll be referring to this book a little bit during today's live. I'm also a mentor and coach. And again, I want to give all of you kudos for those of you who in my community here on YouTube, when I made a post yesterday, that I asked all of you, well, instead of doing free live readings today, what I wanted to do was hit upon certain subjects that are close to your heart. So in the community, I made that post and I made a whole bunch of list of things, and several people shared with me what they want to learn more about. And that's why I am here today, going live, offering you information on pet reincarnation, soul contracts, and signs and signals, what our animals are sharing with us in spirit. So again, kudos. I can't do this without all of you. So I thank all of you, which brings me to the point of, if you have not subscribed to my channel here, please do so. That way you stay informed. That way you know what's going to happen in the lives, what's happening in my videos, when I'm going to be posting a video, my shorts that are being posted, and of course what I'm posting in the community. So make sure you subscribe to this channel. And before I dive into the subject area, again, I want to, Andrea, thank you. Welcome. Mike, hello. So good to see you. Natalie, hey. And Michelle, hello. And Gara, hello, sweetie. Boxer Mama, hello. Michelle, Liz, and Andre, Jamie. Some of you, I know who you are. Some of you are brand new to my channel, so thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate that. Lisa, you're here. Oh, I so appreciate that. So today, I'm not going to be doing any readings unless there's time and energy, okay? Which I did state that in the below the video, and I also stated it in the community. The other thing I wanted to share with you before I get started in the 3 different subject areas is that next Wednesday, I will not be live on YouTube or on TikTok, because I will be hosting a live Zoom event that, if you're interested, you can register for it. The link is below this video. And the live Zoom event is going to be amazing. It's all about how to understand where you are in the 3D dimension, the third dimension, the 3D living aspect, and how to move, how to shift into the 4th dimension, going to the 5th dimension of coming and living from the heart-based consciousness, coming from just love and compassion, coming from stillness, coming from unconditional love, all the while how your animal shows you how to do this, and how you can support your own healing abilities, as well as your animal supports you, as well as you supporting your animal in their healing process. So it's really powerful. I really recommend registering for the event. It's going to be from 11 to 12. And at the very end, as I close the event, I'm going to take you through a guided meditation. Now, it will be recorded. I don't even know if I'm going to post it. If I do, I will not be posting the meditation. So that's why I'm encouraging you to join me on the live event, so that you can not just experience that meditation, but before the meditation, you're going to have an opportunity to ask me questions about what it means to live through 3D. You're also through 3D going into 5D. You're also going to learn. You're going to walk away from the event with tips and tricks, if you will, with tools. And the tools are already built within you. And your animal is here to guide you in recognizing those tools within you. And you're also going to understand how to live, move forward in the frequency of 4D, of 5D. So 4D, and I'm going to explain to you all the different dimensions because I think it's really important to have the foundation. So anyway, if that interests you, go ahead and register for it. I know I've got a lot of people. I got over 20, 25 people who've already registered for it. So it's going to be packed. So I'm excited about that. All right. Let's see who else has joined. Lori, you're here. Thank you so much. Thank you. Ashley, you're here also. All right. So again, let's get started. I got my notes. I'm going to go through my notes a little bit. All right. And now, of course, if you need to have a private reading, the links for all of that, you can book your private reading. Links are below this video. So let's get started. All right. Reincarnation. Let's talk. The first subject we're going to talk about is reincarnation. Now, I do talk about this in my book, Why Your Animals in Your Life. It's in chapter 9 of my book, and I definitely recommend grabbing a copy of this. I talk about how reincarnation is not, the concept is not a linear. We think in the 3D world, in the matter world, okay, this is matter, this is matter. Even our crystals are part matter, part energy. Everything is made up of energy. But in the 3D world, we think reincarnation is a linear time, past, present, and future. Is that, okay, my cat passed away. They're going to reincarnate. They're going to come back to me right now in a different body, or maybe they'll look the same, or maybe they'll be in a different body. And it'll be in the future. I want you to come from it like this. You have an ongoing, a timeless connection with all of your animals. And we're not talking with animals in spirit. It's a timeless connection. And in that timeless connection, you're always a multi-dimensional being because you're pure energy. You were first a pure energy of light. You were first before incarnating or carnating into the bodies you are in now. You are a being of light and love. And you are a multi-dimensional being. And coming into these physical bodies, you are an energetic being. And because you're an energetic being, you experience different timelines. You're a multi-dimensional being. That's why when you go to sleep at night, it's like you're in your dream state. And then you wake up. And there are different dimensions. Even in your dream state, you're different dimensions. You're still very much alive. You're just experiencing a different dimension of yourself, not of this body, but outside of it. So with our animals, can they come back to us? In that time, I call it timeless connection. Again, I refer to it as timeless connection. Yes, you can experience them coming back to you. And it's all based on your frequency. It's all based on your themes, your energy, your soul contracts. So I'm going to talk about the soul contracts next, but it's based on where you are energetically. Now, if you're coming from a feeling of desperation, you're coming from anxiety. Oh my God, I just lost my horse. I gotta have them back. That's a really low frequency. And they're like, they gotta reincarnate. They gotta come back to me. I gotta tell you, it doesn't work that way. Because your energy or that person's energy is such a low frequency. It's 3D. It's weighed heavy in emotions that are not elevated emotions. It's not emotions of joy. It's not emotions or energy of unconditional love. It's going to be difficult to experience an aspect of them in another animal or in a brand new animal that comes to you. I believe when animals come back to us, they incarnate, yes, in a different body. They can be continuing your themes that you need to work on, your soul contracts. Maybe your soul contract wasn't complete and something happened for them to physically leave in that body, but you have between you and them, and that all starts before you incarnate where you are now, as well as our soul contracts can shift, they can change. So it's very fluid. I'm trying to share with you, it's very fluid. It is not concrete. So when you can learn to release the low frequency of, oh my God, you got to come back, as opposed to, you know what? I would just love, and I would be honored, and I would feel the love and joy. I feel such gratitude right now of experiencing another aspect, another experience with a new animal, whether it's their same body, different body, doesn't matter, with no expectations. That is the key. That is the key. If it is meant to be, it will. But things don't happen in a very low, dense frequency. You can't experience wow in a low, dense frequency because you're stuck. It's like quicksand. Okay. So again, think of reincarnation as a fluidity of, well, you know what? My heart is heavy, but I know I'm talking with my animal. I feel her presence. And oh my God, somebody wants to take me to the shelter today. I don't know, but it's opening. Maybe I should go to the shelter. Yes, why not? Why not? So what? My heart's heavy. Maybe it'll make me feel better. Maybe I'll get some kind of message. I want to keep my heart open. And boom, right in that instant, you see an animal. You can't explain that connection, but you feel it here. You feel it here. And as time goes on, or in that instant, they start saying, hello, you know who I am. Yes. Or they remind you of your cat that just physically left, but yet they have a different aspect of them, but it still feels wonderful. So I'm sharing this example to show you the fluidity of it so that you keep your heart open. Now, does it mean that that new animal that comes to you will be exactly that same? Could be. And you will know. You will know. They may respond to that exact same name. They may respond in ways that, oh my God, you used to do that when you're in the other body. Like they would do figure eights around you, or they would have a certain sound to their meow or to their bark, or they just tilt their head the same way, even though they're in a different body. Again, I'm just giving you examples. You will know. But the key to knowing is not using your brain, but it's coming from your heart-based consciousness. It's coming from the present moment. It's coming from that inner stillness that you know. And you don't have to ask your best friend. You don't have to go to Google and search, what is reincarnation? Now, if you want to pick up my book and get a little tip here and there, that's fine. But I'm saying you really have the answers. You don't have to go outside of yourself. You really have the answers. And you just have to go to that puppy or that foal that was just born. They're like, I got to have that foal. I got to have that newborn horse, that newborn pony. There's something about her eyes. There is even something about the glistening of her coat. I can't explain it. So understand this. Reincarnation, again, it's a timeless, it's out of time. It's not about linear time. It's about your connection, your soul connection, your energetic frequency, your higher self connection, if you will. It's what you're feeling here, not what you're thinking here. That's how it works. And will every animal come back and reincarnate? I can't say that. Look, throughout my years of communicating with animals, I've had humans ask, will my dog come back? And many times in those readings, sometimes the animal will say, no, not the way you think. I'm always here for you. I'm always supporting you. But with that new kitten, that new puppy, that new squirrel, that new raccoon, whatever that comes through in these readings, I will be coaching them. I will be supporting them. I will show them the ropes so that you and he or she really develop your relationship, because that soul contract you have with the new animal, there may be aspects of your soul contract with your old animal, your animal and spirit, but there's a reason the new animal is here. And in this case, it's because you have different aspects of a new soul contract with that animal. But your animal and spirit is going to be guiding you. It's going to be guiding. I'm going to give you a great example. I'm going to talk from my own heart. Both Fulligan and Serena, they're behind me in those pictures. I know for a fact they're not going to reincarnate. I know that they're not going to come back, but they have come through my physical cats here. And oh, you're here. You're showing me. Okay. Because what they're doing is they're helping my physical cats here in terms of connecting or showing me, for me to get a message, or for them to send me a message, or for them to learn something new. So understand, stop thinking here. Stop using the brain. Start using your heart. Stop thinking linear. Just flow. Just flow with it. So I hope that helps you. I hope that helps you. Lori, I'm not doing readings on this live. I can already sense my energy. I'm going to stay focused with being able to share with you what the subject is on this live. So feel free to book a private reading. I have 30, 60, and mini readings, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, or a mini reading. And you can learn more about that. I've posted the link below this video. You can learn more about those readings on my website. So again, I want to see if anybody's commenting. Do you have questions around reincarnation? Do you have a better understanding of it? And again, it's all based on your soul contract of what you've agreed upon. And yes, again, so can soul contracts shift and change? They can. They can. So be fluid and be open to that. Jacqueline, I get that Miss You came through Lila. Yes. Yes, exactly. And you know this. It's an all-knowing. Jacqueline, hi, I'm in the car listening. Okay, enjoy. Thank you. Feel free, after you've stopped driving and you want to comment, whether I'm still live or after the live is over, I would welcome any of your comments. Let's see, happy everyone. Okay. That's beautiful. Okay. All right. Can you elaborate, explain? So yes, Brittany. Okay. Because this is perfect, because everything is interconnected. Okay. Everything, it's not, again, stop thinking like, okay, column A, column B, column C, and everything, guys. No, think everything is fluid. Everything is in motion. Everything is energy. So with our soul contracts, first of all, what is a soul contract? A soul contract is an agreement. It is a soul agreement that you made between your animal and animals, but we're going to talk animal and human. We're going to talk animal and human. That you both made before your animal incarnated and before you incarnated. Yeah. You had your whole life planned out, meaning these are the things I want to experience. I'm probably going to come in with amnesia and not aware that I am a being of love and light. I'm going to go through all these horrific things so that I can experience all these amazing things on planet Earth, because there are so many souls just that phrase, they're just dying to get onto Earth and to be on the 3D planet. But in reality, that's true. But they're not dying. They're in their soul's essence. But they want to experience this physical world, because there truly is heaven on earth. It's when you start understanding you are an amazing, beautiful, loving being coming from unconditional love, which is why you're so gravitated and why you're animals in your life. Okay. So, soul contract is an agreement that you've made to experience certain life lessons. Okay. And these life lessons can be all around trauma, they can be around your self esteem, they can be around free will, can be around, just unconditional love. I mean, unconditional love is the most important life lesson we can all learn. And I believe soul contracts between human and animal is not just one thing. It's not. It's a combination of a couple of things. But unconditional love, that's at the top. And the unconditional love is weaved in through all of the other life lessons, all of the other emotions, the self-doubt, the low self-esteem, the feeling, like a victimism. That's a big one. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm a victim of this, I'm a victim of that. Well, okay, it's all part of your soul contract and your animals to help you realize you are no longer a victim. You're right here. You're in the present moment. We only have the present moment. But if you stay in the past and keep feeling low self-esteem, victimism, you're going to still get that. You're going to still get that energy. You're still going to get that in your everyday living. So the soul contract is truly based on what you and your animal have agreed upon to experience in the physical world, in the 3D world. And I got a cat hair from Stevie. When I was on live on TikTok, Stevie hopped up and he was like, love it on my face. And I was like, okay. So now those are, and it's not just limited to what I just shared with you. It's unlimited. It's really based on you and what's here. So here's how to decipher, well, why is my animal really in my life? Think about when they came to you. And again, I wrote it down in chapter 5 of my book. It's the soul contract, the wisdom that animals show us and what our soul contract is. In chapter 5, I go into a lot of details with a lot of examples of soul contracts in here. So, when you are in the midst of figuring out what your soul contract is, think about when your animal came to you. What was going on in your life at that point? Were you rescuing them? Were they rescuing you? Was everything carefree? Yet for them, it was not so carefree. You went to the shelter and you learned about the horrific background that they had. Or you were just coming out of a horrific relationship, or maybe you just overcame a disease. Maybe you are going through a disease, okay? Or maybe you just had an accident and you were recovering from that accident and the animal comes into your life. I'm just giving you examples, okay? The point is think about when they came to you. Where were you? You may want to write this down or watch the replay. Where were you emotionally? Were you really feeling great? So you were feeling love and joy, and you're like, yeah, I got to rescue this animal. I got to give this animal such an amazing, loving home because they didn't have it prior to me meeting them, and I know I can do that for them. Beautiful. So your soul contract is a little twofold. You're sharing your unconditional love with the animal. So the animal can now feel safe. The animal can release that heavy energy of maybe abuse or physical or emotional abuse or abandonment. Maybe you were you had experienced abandonment, but you overcame it. You understand you are more than what the other humans thought you were, and exhibited that abandonment feeling. So you see how it's really there, it's really in depth, but it's not difficult. And it's not when I say think about why they came or when they came into your life, it's not thinking here, it's feeling here. Well, yeah, at that time I was having everything was flowing, or at that time, no, I was feeling really frustrated. My self-esteem was super low. My self-esteem is still super low, but I'm so glad they're here. Well, they're here to help you raise your self-esteem, to let you know you're amazing. You're a beautiful being. Stop listening to the outside world. So this is the aspect of your soul contract. Okay. So I can hear you people saying, well, when I start learning unconditional love, does that mean my animal is now going to leave me because I figured out unconditional love? Or I feel better about myself. I am no longer doubting myself. I'm no longer hurting myself, by putting myself in icky situations. So does that mean my dog is now going to transition because our soul contract is complete? No. Now they can, if everything else is completed, but it doesn't mean they are. I'll give you a great example. I'm going to use Serena. That right there. My cameras are reverse, so I have to go reverse. Right there. Serena, and I still have a soul contract now with her, even though she's in spirit. But Serena stayed with me in the physical body for over 20 years. Oh, I had a long list of things that we worked on together. And it wasn't just her helping me. I was helping her as well. And in that time where I'm like, wow, you're still with me and it's 18 years. This is amazing. And I thanked her for that. I said, I know we have more to learn. We're more experienced. And then what she told me is that she wanted to experience as long as possible, that she wanted to stay in the body as long as possible, that the body would, give her as many years as possible. But, and this is all part of my soul contract, my job was not to focus on the years, but to be in the present moment. And that when we started to see the decline, to still stay in the present moment and be rejoicing and celebrate life, not go, oh my God, when are you going to die? No, to go like, okay, this is fun. Because, and I immediately picked that up. And that was like, 2.5 years ago. Because what I was able to do, knowing that, and I'm giving you tools so that you can expand your awareness with your animals that are physically here, as well as with the in spirit. But I'm sharing this with you because in that process of when she turned 18, things started getting a little dicey, I rejoiced. I celebrate. I even at one point said, is it time yet? And she said, no, it's not. I said, okay, that's fine. I asked her, and she says, no, but you still need to learn. When I knew it was time, I then started going deeper with her and asking, wow, so what is it like? Share with me what you're doing now in preparing to leave the body. Who else are you with? What are you feeling? What are you doing? And she did. How powerful is that? And of course, in that whole process of my soul contract with her, everything else was completed. I completed everything else on my checklist with her. It's powerful. And I'm here to share with you, you can do the same thing. And the things that she showed me was right on cue. She told me exactly how she was going to be transitioning, what I am not supposed to be doing, and what I am going to do, and where she's going to find me after when she's left the body. And it was right on cue. So Our soul contracts are here for us to learn and grow about ourselves with our animals' guidance because they're energetic beings first and foremost. They do not live. Yes, they're physically here with us in the 3D world, but they are elevated energetic beings. And I want to share with you in my Zoom event next week, I'm going to explain to you how to tap in to the higher dimensions so that you are literally living in that fifth dimension with both your animals physically here and in spirit. So it's going to be really powerful. So you definitely want to register for that. So does that help you understand about your soul contracts? And again, in my book, you can dive in chapter 5. It's a combination. It's all part of my 6-step awakening process, but it's all part of understanding your animal's wisdom. Our animals have so much wisdom for us, and it doesn't stop just because they leave the body. They're still with us. They're always with us. And of course, if they decide to incarnate to continue your life themes in that new body that they're in, so be it. So be it. Okay, I want to see if there's any comments here. Jacqueline, when you have a pet contract, can a former pet help the current dog that you have a soul contract, or is that not? Oh, of course. Beautiful question. So, Jacqueline, I don't know how to. Can I post this here? It doesn't let me do that, but it's a beautiful question. So she asks, when you have a pet contract, when you have a soul contract with an animal, can a animal in spirit help the current animal that's physically with you, that you have a soul contract with? Can that animal in spirit help your animal in you that's physically here? Yes. Yes. And the fact that you're asking the question, Jacqueline, means you already have the answer. Because if you didn't have the answer to that, how would you know to ask the question? How do you know that? Because your intuition, because it's coming right from here. It's coming from your whole being, your whole energetic, loving being. So thank you for asking the question. And the answer to that is yes. And you will know. You will know. Great example. I'm going to give you another example. You all know our cat Trip. He transitioned this past November into December. I can't remember. No, it was I get lost in my time frame. Doesn't matter when. But he had this habit of doing pity paws, okay, on our laps and doing right here. And then hit the back of it or on the bed. And the back of his legs would also be doing pity paws. So he was moving all 4 paws doing pity paws. Okay. The animals that are physically here, the cats that are physically here, none of them have ever done that. Well, guess what? Sugar has started doing that with me. All 4 is going at the same time. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so amazing. Thank you, Trip. So Trip has not reincarnated. Now, can animals do body hops and stay there? Absolutely, when they need to, when it's part of the soul contract. Who am I to say, no, you can't? Of course they can. It's energy. Why not? But in this case, with Trip, he's just coming through to say, I'm here with you. Isn't this grand? And Sugar loves you so much. Sugar and your relationship is evolving so much. Oh, and yeah, this is a part of your soul contract with Sugar. Yeah. So understand that, yes, we receive divine help. And we receive that help, of course, from our animals in spirit, and of course, from your higher soul self, and of course, from your angels as well. So stop thinking linear. Stop thinking black and white. Okay? Think clear. Think in color. Think in energy. And when you think of it, you won't be thinking of it anymore because you're going to be feeling it here. Okay. I'm crying so hard right now. It feels selfish to think an animal came into our life to help me. So that's all part of your soul contract. Brittany, this is powerful. Brittany B, this is powerful because that's an aspect of your soul contract with whomever. You'll know the animal. Okay. You'll know the animal that you're connected with, that in saying that's all about your feeling that guilt and that no, animals shouldn't have to carry that burden. Understand this. Animals, before they incarnate into their bodies, they're souls. They are pure souls. Like we are pure souls before we incarnate in these bodies. That's what we all are that. We are all one. We're all one being, soul beings, pure, conscious state. So that crying, that should tell you it's part of your release, but it's also part of your soul contract. You need to go deeper in. Why can't animals be here to help us? Why do you feel so guilty and so bad about that? That's powerful, Brittany. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. So that's all that's a big broad explanation of soul contracts. There's so many facets to it, but the most important thing for you to walk away with right now about your soul contract with your animal or animals is that it's fluid, it shifts, and that your animals in spirit can still guide and support you, especially if they're not incarnating, if they're not coming back into the physical body. And they can, of course, support you if they do come back into the physical body, and you will know it. You will know it. But understand that it's all about you learning more about your beautiful self, that you are an energetic, unconditional, loving being first and foremost, having a physical experience here. The physical experience is secondary to knowing that you are a beautiful being of love and light. Because that's how you were created. That's how we're all created. We are created from love. We are created from light. Light is energy. Light is frequency. That's why we're all one. So I hope that helps you. Brittany, you're so welcome. Okay. Let's move on to signs and signals, right? Because when you start getting similar behaviors from a new, let's say you just got a new bird or a new bunny and they're walking around the same way or they have the same sound coming out of them. It's like, oh my God, it was just like my other bird. Well, that's a sign and signal. Could be the bird is incarnated or your bird in spirit is helping this bird, but it's a sign and signal that your bird in spirit is right there with you. Okay, that's just a tidbit off the iceberg of signs and signals. Signs and signals are things that we experience here in the 3D world. So it could be physical things you receive from them. And I've shared with this in many of my videos, both here and on TikTok. It's also in my chapter 9. I have a whole slew of photographs that one of my clients shared of the signs and signals that her dog was sending ongoing. But they can be feathers, they can be money, it can be, you can smell things. That reminds me, I'm going to share a beautiful reading I had on TikTok before coming here. But it can be synchronicities. You can see rainbows in the sky. Yes, rainbows are very powerful. I think everybody here, if not everybody here, most of us human beings here have experienced receiving rainbows. And that also includes maybe a rainbow sticker on a piece of paper or in a book. Doesn't have to be in the sky. So think about that. If you haven't seen a rainbow in the sky, but you've seen them on emojis, that's a rainbow. But again, signs and signals from our pets in spirit, it's letting you know they haven't died. They're just in a different form. They're in a non-physical but energetic form. And they're very much alive. How else could they pick up on you? If they weren't alive in energy, in form, you can't see it with your eyes, but I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But you know in your heart of all hearts, Oh my God! That little imprint of a heart in mud after the rain is from my dog. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. So, Lori, I feel guilty taking in another puppy a week. No! That's part of your soul contract that you have to work through with your new puppy. Your animal in spirit is like coached you, nudged you gently. Yep, it's time. Excuse me, cat hairs. It's time. But that's all part of your soul contract. These are your life lessons. You have to start processing and learn and work through and start releasing. Guilt is huge. Oh my God. I don't know anybody who's never experienced guilt in their life. But that's the beautiful part about being a human here on earth. We get to experience so that we can feel what it feels like to release it and share our love about it and share our light about it so others can do the same. So Lori, thank you for sharing that comment. Okay. Signs and signals. I asked my baby for a sign and signal lately, a feather on my doorstep, and we had a thing with ladybugs. There you go. The reason why you will get specific signs and signals from your animals is threefold maybe. The first is you're asking for it. You're feeling the joy, you're feeling love, and you're in gratitude. And three is there's something that your animal knows that is dear to your heart. Could be feathers. It could be a new animal coming into your life. It could be ladybugs. It could be flowers. It could be finding a crystal or going to the store and looking for crystals that you've been looking for and nobody has them in this one crystal store or online has it. Boom. Anything and everything that resonates for you. And it's between you and your animal. It is not what everybody else tells you. It is between you and your animal. So it could be bugs. It could be butterflies. Okay. I mean, it could be spiders. It could be, okay, here's a new one. I'm getting a download from somebody. I just saw Band-Aids, colorful Band-Aids. I don't know why I'm thinking of that. But it could be you love Band-Aids for a reason and you like the cartoon Band-Aids or you like the Band-Aids with designs on them. I'm just giving you an example. So understand the way, if you haven't been receiving any signs and signals, here's what's going on. Let me see. Are the signs to come back to the body or new? Are there signs that they come back in a new body, like within? Yes, Lori, that can be in a sign. Yes. I asked my past pet baby for a sign, and later that day, a few of my. Oh, I read that already. Okay. And the next day, there were 4 or 5 in my bedroom. Yep. Now, one of the reasons why you had a multiple of the same sign from them is letting you know, stop doubting what you're receiving from your animal and spirit. So they're amplifying it by the 4 or 5 butterfly, or what did you say? I think what'd you say here? I'm just reading here. The feathers and the ladybugs. Your animal and spirit is amplifying the message to you. Hello, are you not getting this? Come on. I'm amplifying. Can you feel me now? So you are so welcome, Lori. Thank you. Thank you for the hearts. So again, the way that is the most effortless way to, especially if it's so recent that you've have experienced your animal transitioning into spirit, is to come from gratitude, come from your unconditional love, and let them know, I welcome any sign. You can say any sign from you, or I welcome, and you identify the sign you would like to receive from them. And after you've asked, thank them. And here's the key. You have to go about your business with a very light heart. You can't be, oh my God, I wonder if they're going to do it. Or, you can't be moaning and groaning and hysterically crying, because the reason why is your frequency is not elevated to their frequency. Oh, they hear you. They're going to attempt and send it to you, but your frequency is not where their frequency is. You have to raise your frequency. It's not them coming to your frequency. It's you meeting them at their frequency. It's coming together. So what do you have to do? You have to raise your frequency. Go to the number one soul contract you had with them. That's your unconditional love. Start experiencing your unconditional love here, right now. That's the beautiful place. So when you do ask for it, come from unconditional love, come from gratitude, come from joy, and then thank you, and then go about your business. Go shopping, go to school, go to work, get on the phone, get on the computer, whatever you have to do. Pick up the book, go outside for a beautiful walk without any expectations. Expectations are a 3D, three-dimensional way of being, and that is very heavy. Well, I expect this, and I expect that. Wow, thank you. Lori, you're so welcome. You're wonderful. Thank you for this live. You are so welcome, Lori. I thank you. Listen, again, I can't do this without all of you. 1, for participating, and 2, for showing up and participating, and 3, for asking the questions, which is so powerful. That's where it starts. Yes, so that is how you receive it. Now, I want to address 2 more things about signs and signals. So if you are a one of show me first and then I'll believe it. Okay, hear me out. If you're like, well, I don't believe anything this woman is freaking crazy. That's fine. It's okay. Understand, many people are there. That's where they are. Maybe something will happen in their life where it's unexpectedly they will have such an aha moment and go, oh my God, did I really just experience that? And they weren't even asking for it, but their frequency was open to it. That's called seeing the light. I know all of you have experienced this at some point in your life, and you're ongoing experiencing it. So I'm sharing this so that you all do not judge others. Do not compare yourself to anybody else, but only when you are seeing others suffering, if you're seeing other people maybe where you used to be, send them your love, offer them your light. And I'm not saying, oh, I got to get on the phone and offer them my condolences, or I got to, send them an email, or I got an emoji on the comment on the video. No, just quietly go, here, I'm just sending you my love and light. Thank you so much. You're seeing it. You'll experience what you need to experience, and it's beautiful. That's all you have to do. That is shining your love and light out to humanity, because humanity right now is shifting, and we're all going through this in our own way. But this is how you contribute without, okay, I got to do a live video and contribute to humanity. Not everybody has to do that. Now, many of us do, and we do it in our own way, coming from love and compassion. But not everybody has to, and don't think you have to. You just have to be right here. Very important. So if you're seeing someone suffering, if you're seeing someone going through, they just lost their animal, or they're experiencing a horrific experience, and maybe their animal's still with them and they're getting surgery right as they speak, just send them prayers. And prayers are not, I hope you read this, I hope you get my message. No, that's not praying. That's the old way. Asking God to do it for you, that's the old way. We all have God within us because God is our beautiful love and light. That's unconditional love. Now, I'm not going to talk about religion. That's not why I'm here. But I'm using God as an example because everybody knows and uses the word God. They might not use it in the same way, but God can also be universal life force, could be spirit guides, can be my all-knowing. Yes, it's our all-knowing is within us. We just have to tap into it. So come from love and compassion. The other thing I want to share with you about being an intuitive being. Yes, I'm an animal communicator, but you all have this ability. And as you start allowing yourself to shed the heavy energy of the 3D emotions, feeling unworthy, why isn't this happening? Why am I not seeing more money in my bank account? I was going through that earlier. Yeah, we all go through it. Just because I'm here sharing with you about powerful information doesn't mean I'm still learning and growing too. Okay? I want you to understand that. So understand when you feel heavy about something, that's time to go inward, to do your inner work. And that it's very important to know that you're not alone. You're never alone. Of course, your animals that are physically with you. Of course, your animals that are in spirit are with you. You can just gently sit quietly, go outside, do something where you create that inner stillness. Okay, lay on the floor, go put your feet in sand or mud or grass. Get outside while it's raining. Why not? Who says you can't go outside when it's raining? And allow your inner stillness to come through and start healing within. You all have the ability. And in my event, in my live Zoom event next Wednesday, I'm going to share with you your inner tools on how to tap into all of this. But you all are born this way. You are all born intuitive. And you're going to find that your intuition is going to be heightened as we move through the linear time and step out of time and experience. Wow, I just got a powerful download from my horse and spirit. Thank you so much, Sage. Just giving an example. Okay, can you please tell me where to purchase the book? Yes, you can. If you go to my link below this video and anywhere on my website, you will find the link to this. It's on Amazon, but I put the link for the book directly below this video. I've identified why your animal's in your life link to it. Thank you for that. Thank you. I so appreciate you for that. The one I want to share with you before I bring this to a close, because we spent some beautiful energy together. And again, I can't thank you enough because this is co-creating. You all are creators of your own life. Wherever your energy is, you can come from that energy and create. And if you don't feel good, I've given you tools how to raise yourself up with your animal so that you can create something for yourself. Even if it's, wow, I do feel better now. Thank you. That's creating. You've just created a new frequency for yourself. Creating is not necessarily writing a book, although you can. Creating is not just necessarily making a video or doing artwork, although it's beautiful. If you want to use your hands, go for it. Whatever brings you joy, whatever brings you joy. Maybe it's doodling. Do it. Maybe it's journaling. Do it. Follow your heart's desire. But I want to close with this. I had a really interesting reading on TikTok. It was with a animal by the name of Ozzy, cat. And Ozzy's human asked me, is Ozzy okay because of his nose? Does he know? And she spelled the word nose, N-O-S-E, and then the word does he know, N-K-N-O-W. Am I going, no? Does he know? Are you talking about his nose? I'm not sure. Are you talking about, I kept doing this on live. And she's like, yes. I was like, thank you. And he's like, hey, it comes through so good. He gave me so many beautiful information to give to everyone there. But the bottom line was, just because what we perceive as an animal not having all of their faculties because we physically can't see it, or the doctor said they don't have nostrils, so they can't smell. No, Ozzy was like, "Oh, I'm so glad you're here. Please tell her I know exactly what food she's putting in front of me. I can sense things." And he gave me a beautiful example. He told me to tell her and everybody on the live, close your eyes, imagine any flower you want, and just be with that flower. What do you smell? Now, that flower's not in front of them, but they're smelling, because we're all energetic beings first and foremost, having secondary a physical experience. But right then and there, she typed in, "Oh my God, my eyes are closed and I smell him, and he's all the way over there watching, looking out the window." She smelled him. Her face wasn't in his fur. She just started smelling. It's energy. So she now understands she did the right thing by rescuing him. And he also said, "Thank you so much for doing and giving me this opportunity, because yes, I am thriving." And then she types in, "Is he going to thrive?" And yes, because you didn't listen to what other humans were saying. You got to put him down. He doesn't have nostrils. He won't live. I did the same thing with Stevie. They said, "Oh, his colon is not developed. He's only 5 months old. He will never develop into a full cat." I said, after $3,000 at the emergency vet, they wanted to put him down. I said, "Are you kidding me? No." No. You mean he's got to grow into his colon? Well, the possibility doesn't. Heck, we got this. Come on, Stevie, we're leaving here. And he's happy. He's grown into his colon as much as he can. And with natural supplements, he goes and poops. It's not messy like it was when he was a kitten, and he's thriving. And I know from the get-go, he's always been grateful. So anyway, he's in the book too. His story is in the book. I got to show you a picture of Stevie so you can really see. I know all of you will relate to this. I know all of you. I should have bookmarked where I wanted to go before going live here. Come on, Stevie. Oh, you're in the beginning. Thank you. He's in the beginning of the book. Okay. Lori, I hear you. I hear you, Lori. Where are you? Everybody's in here. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I told you he's in the beginning. This is the beginning of the book. See? Anyway, this was a picture of him at the vet where they said you should. No, this is at home. We brought him back. Right, there we go. We brought him back from the vets. He was exhausted. We had to give him a bath because he would get poop all over himself. So we had like 2 or 3 times out of the day, he'd always get bath. After bath time as a kitten, oh my God, they're so exhausted. So he's like, "Okay, take a picture of me." But I want you to know, this is what he looked like. I found him on the side of the house like that. I was like, "Come on, bud, you're coming in." Anyway, the point is, I'm sharing all of this with you is because you really do have all the answers here. You just have to come into that inner stillness and allow the information to flow, especially when you don't know what to do. That's not the time to freak out. That's not the time to panic. That's not the time. In fact, panicking and freaking out never resolves anything. It only exacerbates the situation and makes the situation worse. And I know all of you know that. I think my mom used to tell me, no good comes from freaking out. Very wise, very wise. All right. All right, that's all of the time and energy I have. I hope you've grasped a little nugget here and there. I've hoped I've been able to help you out. If you have general questions, not questions about, can you tell me if my animal and spirit is okay? No, that's a reading, book a reading. What is my soul contract with my dog? Book a reading. But if you have general questions, feel free. Please post them in the video below once this video is posted up on my channel. Please follow me. Please like and subscribe to my channel. And I look forward to seeing all of you on the next time I come live on YouTube, which will be the following Wednesday, not this upcoming Wednesday. And yes, register for my live event. Check out all of my links below this video. I also offer private coaching, private mentorship, and check out my Animal Soul Circle group, which I will talk about in the event. So if you want more information about my Animal Soul Circle group, my community, come to the event. And there. Thank you so much. You all are beautiful. Go hug yourself. Go do something fun. Be with your animals. If you're at work, when you get home from work or whenever you are and you're coming home, whenever you get home, just walk in going, thank you to all or any of your animals. And those that are in spirit, oh my God, just start talking with them right now. Mwah. Have a great day, and I will see you on the next live. And thank you, Natalia. Thank you so much for the stream. You are so welcome. It is always my pleasure coming from you, from love and compassion. Mwah.